Hello and welcome back to this channel. So in today's video, we're going to draw this using Adobe Fresco. So this is actually a photograph that I took, and that's the watercolor painting that I did. And we're going to try and transform this into a digital art using Adobe Fresco. So let's just begin. Click on Create New, go to Current Screen Size under Digital. Now let's bring in the image. Click on Images, Photos, and bring it in. Now we're going to adjust this image to fit our artboard. So use the corners and only corners to make it bigger. And once it's done, you can go to Levels and reduce the opacity. Now click on a new layer, and before I begin to draw, I want to readjust this a little bit. Make it a little bigger and place it in the center. And if you want to see those blue lines, go into Snapping and turn on the alignment guides. And when you turn on the alignment guides, you can see both the vertical and the horizontal line, and it'll help you find the center. Go to your brushes. I'm going to go into Ink and choose Belgian Comics. You can choose any brush that you want as long as it's ink. I'm going to reduce the size. You can also click and hold and type in. Everything else is default, so I'm not changing anything. I'm going to go ahead and quickly sketch this out. If you notice this, you can see that I'm making thin and thick strokes. Like when it's thick stroke, that means I'm just adding a little bit pressure. And don't worry too much about the sketch. We just want to get the outline of things so that we can go ahead and paint it with watercolor. So yeah, just make rough sketches, and we're going to delete most of these sketches later anyway, because I think it gets too overwhelming otherwise. But to begin, just add wherever you see some greens. Okay, these leaves have special shapes, so I'm going to try and mimic. But obviously I'm not going to copy it exactly as it is. So let's just add some scribbles. So these scribbles are going to help you decide what shade of green you want to put in. When a new scribble starts, you can go ahead and add in a different sort of green so that it gives, there's a difference between the bushes, like what's in the foreground, what's in the background. Darker shades mean shadow and things like that. And yeah, I know this tree looks so difficult because it's so dense, but yeah, just go ahead and scribble something. We'll fix things when we are using watercolor. So this part here, you see that there's some bush. So we're just going to make sure that we define this area as well. I'm just adding some extra branches because I felt like it's too much green, and it would help if there are some branches. And I'm going to continue adding things, trying different shapes of leaves, but basically just scribbling, if you notice that. Sorry about the shaky video. I'm testing a new setup and it's clearly not working. I'm going to hide my image and check how my sketch is doing, and I feel like it's perfect. That looks good. I guess it's time to move on to the watercolor part now. 1+, and then we're going to choose some greenish color, about that. And these are the numbers. You can just click and hold the boxes and type in the numbers, and you'll get the exact same green color. So let's choose our brush, watercolor wash flat. I think I want it a little bigger. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put some greens in here, the light greens. So make sure you don't completely fill the page with greens, but yeah, I'll bring the sketch up because I want to see where I'm drawing. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and add greens here and there. I'm not really looking at the photo. It's just putting in blotches of green here and there. Let's change the color a little bit. Maybe pull it down so that it's a bit darker. You can see the numbers over there, so just copy and paste it in your HSP numbers, and then you'll get the exact green if you want, but you don't really need to. You can just use any green that's a bit darker than the one you're using, and just go ahead and scribble it out. Let's put some bluish green. Look at the numbers here. I want you to constantly switch, not constantly, but switch between different kinds of greens. You can make something like olive green, yellowish green, and then adjust your brush size and also your brushes. I'm using the basic watercolor brush here right now to add some details. It's not details exactly, but this brush doesn't spread as much as the other one. Anyway, let's make it a bit darker so that we can add a bit of shadow kind of effect to all these greens. And as you can see, I'm drawing things on a different layer when I want the shadows to be darker. Let's choose a bit different green, like an emerald green, and the brush as well. Increase the size a little bit so that you can fill this part. So the watercolor settings here are the default settings. So use your 2-finger taps to undo things, and I just wanted to make this area a little darker because in the photograph you can see that it's darker, and I'm going to go ahead and put some dabs of color over here so that it kind of mimics like there are shadows. The leaves in the bottom are darker than the ones on top. Okay, I'm gonna add some water here. You can press and hold that button. That's the touch shortcut. You can find it in the settings, and what it does basically is applies just pure water, and that's exactly what I want, so that I can spread the watercolor a little bit, and it gives a very nice effect. Let's have a little bit of brown now because I want to add it to the tree trunks. And obviously I'll go into the detail brush because it's much more easier to control. Adjust the size, and we have the flow at highest because we want it really dark, and try to keep the water flow at as minimum as possible. I brought it below the leaves layer. Use a lighter brown and add some details there, but obviously change your brush. And I'm gonna add some ground or mud. You can experiment with different colors, like for the path as well. You can add lighter brown, and then add some darker bits to show kind of pebbles in it. Using a yellow because I feel like some greens could really do with a yellowy highlight, because I think that'll look much better, but I'm also decreasing the size of the brush to achieve that. So I'm going to add some yellows here, as you can see, and that'll make the whole drawing pop a little bit. It's like adding highlights basically, but with the yellow it's going to have the same effect. You can choose to add white, which is an alternative, but the thing is we are leaving some white spaces in this painting, so probably that wouldn't work well for this particular painting. But if you're doing something else where a white is also an option to add some nice little highlights to your artwork. a plus for a different layer, and I'm going to select light gray. This is because I'm making the body of the birds. But I think white would look better. Let's put on whites. Now I'm going to add some gray, just to make sure that it shows that it has feathers. Just, tiny bit of highlights. And the chicks were gray anyway, so it makes sense. Go ahead and add some black designs of whatever elements to it, because this bird in the picture, you can see that it does have a black neck. It's a goose, I guess. Yeah, this is a family of geese, if I'm not wrong. Anyway, I'm going to add a bit more green, but this time I'm going to try and give some highlights with the darker shade of whatever is in the background. So if you feel like the colors are matching, go ahead and change it to the darker shade and then continue working on it. I just want you to scribble a bit more, because we're going to erase off some of the black lines later on, and I want these green lines to be like the main sort of thing. Add some shadows with this green color under the leaves, and you can define these areas here, because if you want to erase off the black lines, and then you would still know where these greens go, and you know what I mean. Anyway, just gonna go ahead and add that. Let's add something to the path, because I feel like it is too bland. I'm adding some yellow bits again to make it shine. You can use light brown to fix some areas over there. If you feel like the greens are taking over, you can go above the green layer and add your browns as well. And now I'm going to click on new layer and go and select yellow and use the fill tool and fill it in with vector. Now you're wondering why I'm doing this. I'm going to reduce the opacity, and this gives a very nice warm texture to it. You can reduce it further, or you can also change the blend mode of this layer to multiply, which is a much better way to apply this thing. So if you turn it off, you can see there's a slight warm tone to it, and that is amazing. Alright, now I want to remove some sketches, but I can't do it like that. I don't want to delete it. So duplicate this layer, and then I'm going to hide one because I want it. And then I'll go to eraser and start deleting off my sketch. Not the entire sketch. Wherever I feel like it's too crowded is where you want to delete stuff. Because as you can see, even the goose, like you can take off some of the sketch lines, because the colors are there to define the edges of the bird. So you don't really have to worry so much about it. And I'm going to do the same thing, because I feel like the black is too strong in this artwork. But you have to put in these sketch lines, because otherwise you won't know where to define, like where to have all the colors put in. So it's better to draw the entire sketch and later go on and delete it. And there you go. A final artwork is ready and ready to be exported. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up, and you can support my channel at ko-fi.com. Do share your work with Instagram or TikTok. I would love to see what you guys create. Alright then, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.